Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Afika, and I will be your MC today. We would like to offer our sincere gratitude to everyone present here today for taking time out of your day to attend this session. And without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Roshaliza Rosli, Mr. Omar bin Mazlan, and Ms. Maria Khor for their presentation.
Hi, thank you, Afika, for the introduction. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. My name is Roshaliza Muhammad Rosli from MDEC. Together with me today, my colleague Omar as well as Maria. So we will be splitting our sessions. Each of us will get about 10 minutes to talk on our programs related to cybersecurity. Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC, as you may know, is an agency under Ministry of Communication and Multimedia, mandated to lead the development of the digital economy in Malaysia, advancing Malaysia's economy by accelerating digital transformation. The subject of cybersecurity is integral since it is identified as a vital enabler towards digital economy, especially with the announcement of Malaysia's cybersecurity strategy 2020 to 2024, as well as my digital blueprint. So this session will be focusing on cybersecurity innovation, adoption, also the capacity and capability building, in which we are strategically working with various government stakeholders and industry together in realizing the national agenda. So thank you for your attendance and appreciate your taking your precious time to be here. We shall start our session with Omar on cybersecurity innovation. Over to you, Omar.
All right, thank you, Dr. Roshaliza. Again, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all distinguished guests and participants CYDES 2021. I hope everyone is doing well. So, as mentioned by Dr. Roshaliza now, we will talk about cybersecurity industry development for Malaysia digital economy, which mainly focus on three initiatives or program under MDEC, which first is innovation, second adoption, and third is the digital challenge. So for this first round, I will touch about the innovation part. And as you all know, Malaysia Cybersecurity Strategy MCSS and My Digital, which was launched by Malaysia government, shows that cybersecurity to be the government's main focus area in realizing the vision of nation of digital technology. So with that, I'm glad to share with all distinguished guests and participants our first exciting initiative is known as Cyber 100 program. So next. Okay, next, as everyone in this room connected virtually, right? The evolution of work already took in place. For example, in the past, we work at office, and today we work from anywhere, right? Okay, next slide. With this new norm introduced, the rapid growth of ICT and technology sovereignty bringing tremendous opportunity, especially for Malaysia's cybersecurity landscape and ecosystem. So in MDEC, we are very focused to our strategy in first, accelerating digital economy, second, empowering business, and also enabling high-income job. And as early in year 2019, MDEC with National Cybersecurity Agency, or known as NACSA, together with various ministries and agencies had collaborated to kickstart the National Cybersecurity Innovation Challenge Program, or known as Cyber 100. So as Dr. Roshaliza mentioned earlier, in the Malaysia's cybersecurity strategy under Pillar 3, which is catalyzing world-class innovative technology, R&D, and industry. Cyber 100 program objective is to spearhead innovation in the areas of cybersecurity, safety, and privacy protection, which aim to promote the culture of market-driven innovation in the field of cybersecurity. Okay, next slide. So when I said market-driven, right, this program is to promote healthy competition among the local companies, which to nurture 100 homegrown cybersecurity solutions by 2024. And according to IDC study 2020, cybersecurity industry will be continue with double-digit growth, which is twice the growth of ICT sector, where Malaysia is the second largest within ASEAN, contributing to 75% of the cyber service market share by 2025. So I believe this is not an easy task, and opportunity is there for those to explore and how they can contribute to it. Besides that, what the other things or key activities, as you can see in this slide in Cyber 100 program that we also like to share with all of you. The first is to solve the cybersecurity challenges on a national scale, especially when we talk the national scales. We will touch on the current issues and challenges that affect the national infrastructure, businesses, and well-being of citizens. So second thing, definitely in this program, we need mentor and subject matter expert. So when I said subject matter expert area, Cyber 100 program has committee members that support the innovation and also unlimited access to our cybersecurity community. And lastly, there will be the pilot adoption of this program. So throughout this journey, we can proud to have our own repository or catalog for the National Local Supplier Scheme cybersecurity listing. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, can we go to next slide? For first cohort year 2020, NACSA has awarded 6 local cybersecurity solutions, and we also have published the digital booklet for the first cohort. So in this session, I'm inviting everyone in this session to visit MDEC booth at exhibition floor 2, and you can watch video there, and also please download our Cyber 100 booklet. By end of this program, we at MDEC hope to nurture the existing local companies and create new ventures by the adoption of locally developed products, solutions, and services, which this is to help and to protect our critical national infrastructure, information infrastructure, CNI sectors, and also this also to be prepared to protect our non-CNI sectors, such as the SME sector, education, and also the manufacturing and etc. Since as we all aware that cyber threat and attacks in this sector also pose a risk to this overall economy, well-being, and security of the nation. So with that, I end my summary for this Cyber 100 program. Then I will pass this floor to Dr. Rosaliza to talk about our second exciting initiative. Over to you, Dr. Rosaliza.
Hi. Okay, thanks, Omar. Right. So when I received this task to take a 10 minutes podium session and do a sharing on the program, which I've been handling about a year ago, it dawned on me what exactly should be the angle of this presentation. I personally aim to cover something fresh, perhaps slightly different from what we have been preaching all this time, and covering what people or the target audience would want to hear. All right. Honestly, I do not want to sound like a hard selling by telling the name of the program. So I hide in the title here, Simple and Smarter Cybersecurity for SMEs. But anyway, Simple and Smarter Cybersecurity for SMEs is carrying the message on program that was launched by our Senior Minister, YB Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri, on Monday during the first day of CYDES 2021, if you guys watched it. Right, so Matrix Cybersecurity for SMEs is the name of the program, and we coined it Matrix for short. So simple and smarter are the two value propositions that we want to offer. So that is simple, that is easy to adopt and cost effective with minimum supervision. And it is supposed to be smarter, that it provides visibility by staying ahead of threats and scalable with business. So at this point, you already know my very subject is metrics, and it comes with two value proposition, simple and smarter. So let me take you through with few slides that I have here, and hopefully you will learn a thing or two. Right, next slide, please. Right, so what hidden truths of cybersecurity challenges for SME? Right, if you have joined our series of free webinar we conducted previously, this slide is nothing new. I'm not so much a fan of statistics myself, but what we can tell from the stats is actually the underlying reasons to why it is happening. So you can see that the demand for remote working since pandemic for the SMEs, data breaches, and cyber incidents are hitting hard for the SMEs. So SMEs are basically striving despite being lack of tools, lack of knowledge, and worsened liquidities, right, translated to restricted budget. Honestly, we observed with several SMEs and gathered that the underlying reasons are true to the case. Majority of the SMEs that we've been talking to, they just have a one-man show in doing IT in general, where cybersecurity is a part of their IT operations. So basically, talking about cybersecurity spending, cybersecurity budget is of concern and not really a priority. So, and they also are very skeptical in sense towards trying out solutions. They are worried if there's any catch. Of course, to them, they think it's expensive, and at the same time, they are also evaluating few other solutions in line, and they need to justify which one is the best. Right. So even with all these challenges and hard truths about cybersecurity that SMEs are facing, true to the fact that they can't just turn blind eye to cybersecurity, simply because cybersecurity is a new competitive advantage for SMEs. Right? So it may not make sense at all or to some of the SME sectors, but we foresee as more SMEs embracing digitalization, right? Especially those in e-commerce and doing transaction online, would somehow come to agreement with this, that not only product availability and quality, right, being how to say, something that the consumers and the users consider, but cybersecurity and data privacy is also being one of the factors when deciding which seller or which provider that they are going to engage for the transaction. Right, so as most of the transactions are done online now, the least we want to hear that our data being stolen. So these data may contain names, dates of birth, gender, contact details, even payment information, right? And it could have been misused in any ways that misused in ways that was not intended for. So hence, cybersecurity is the new competitive advantage. A secure transaction will give a better overall experience that attribute to more trusted and, I would say, better satisfaction. Next slide, please. Right, so how it all started back in end 2019, which I had not joined the team yet, when MDEC, NACSA, and SME Corp Malaysia were exploring what could be done in the terms of area number one, cybersecurity, number two, programs that focusing on SMEs, and number three, developing homegrown cybersecurity ecosystem. So that was how the idea of metrics came into inception. Perhaps a collaborative platform between government and local technology partners would be a potential program to work on. So last year, during Digital versus COVID movement, we started to host series of webinars together with several local technology partners, where we focus on giving awareness on technology or solution that can address the growing challenges faced by the SMEs related to business continuity and how can help them to work from home. Right from day on, through rounds of evaluation and refinement of the idea, we have metrics cybersecurity for SMEs. part of the activities, right, we designed metrics to help SMEs to answer the questions, how to begin in terms of cybersecurity, what would be the priority, which solution that the SME should go for, and in terms of the budget for the solution. So earlier this year, we started to conduct series of webinar as part of the awareness and the outreach program to our SME friends. So basically, we conducted 90 minutes webinar featuring the technology partners to pitch on the 4 areas of essential solutions: 24/7 monitoring, critical server protection, digital signature, as well as the secure web browsing. So not only we do the awareness, we actually part of the program, we offer 30 days evaluation for the solution. Right, so moving on to the next slide. Right, flatten the curve of cyber risk for your business. So you might be wondering, we are addressing which category of SMEs here, right? So mention on the 4 essential areas that give visibility 24/7, protection for critical asset, digital signature, and secure web browsing. So are these for SMEs with more than 5 employees or total revenue of 300,000 and above, or is metrics for SMEs operating from one single server? There's no firewall, their home is their office. They have most of documents in the cloud. So let me put this way, right? So ideally, when SMEs at certain stage of their digitalization journey, they are able to make sense on cybersecurity. So when the operations are digitalized, they have HR system, they have e-post, right? Payroll and procurement, they have a couple of servers. It could be a web, it could be email servers, it could be database, application servers, and so forth. So firewall, right? Set up a firewall, switches, and load balancers in terms of network devices that make up the internal network. That will be the point or the phase that cybersecurity is making sense to them. And this where metrics comes in, right? Basically, when they start to have variety of endpoints to be protected, PCs, servers, tabs, handphones, and the files that need to be digitally signed. So the analogy of flattening the curve in fighting the pandemic is applicable to fighting against cyber risk as shown in the slide. So if you're not doing anything, you don't have this kind of protection or any protection at all, the risk is your business possibly increase the number of incidents hitting you. All right, so yeah. All right, so that will be end of my sharing. But before I end it, right, so you might want to head on to Matrix website. It's at mdec.my/matrix. And don't forget today, 3 to 3:45, we have a panel session on lower the barriers to cybersecurity adoption among Malaysian SMEs. So please tune in to support us. Wishing you fruitful virtual conference ahead. I'll pass over to Maria.
Hi, very good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Shaliza. I hope everybody is doing well and stay safe. I'm Maria, and this morning I'm going to share a new initiative called the My Digital Workforce Work in Tech, or in short, MyWIT. MDEC launched this program in April this year, and this particular initiative provides training and salary subsidies for companies who are hiring digital tech and services type of job role. This initiative also aims to help those who are unemployed or retrenched due to COVID-19 to work in digital tech role as training is provided. Next slide, please. So MyWIT consists of 2 programs. The first one is the Digital Business Services, or in short, DBS. This is to open to any companies who are hiring for digital business services type of job role. Our definition for DBS is for any service that is delivered to business customers by business unit that's using digital tools and platform. For example, it can be your finance or accounting, your HR, even your sales and marketing, or your customer experience business unit. So this incentive will provide 40% of the salary subsidy up to 6 months, and minimum salary starting from 2,000 ringgit up to 6,500. We also provide a training subsidy of 5,000 ringgit per pax, and you can decide whether to have the training conducted in-house, or if it's conducted by a third party, you have to choose from among the training provider who are listed in our digital skills training directory. I will elaborate on the directory later. So for DBS, it's targeted to fresh graduates, those who are unemployed for minimum of 2 months, and also those who are retrenched. As for the Digital Tech Apprenticeship Program, or DTA, this is very specific to companies who are hiring for digital tech role in 3 areas: cybersecurity, data science, and also software development. It provides salary subsidies of 1,200 ringgit per month up to 6 months, and companies required to pay a minimum salary of 3,000 ringgit from the 4th month onwards. For the first 3 months, company can decide to pay a lower salary but must be higher than the 1,200 subsidies that we are providing. We understand that for a digital tech type of job role, the training duration is longer and more expensive. Therefore, in terms of training subsidy, the amount is much higher at 8,000 ringgit per pax. And you have to choose from any of the training provider that are listed under the career upgrade in the Digital Skills Training Directory. Now, if you're a company, how do you apply? You can go to our website at MDEC website /MyWeet, then you can find the application form there. Just to take note that there are 2 stages of application. We have the first qualifying stage, and the second stage is the approval stage. For the qualifying stage, kindly ensure that you get ready your job vacancies posting. They are valid for minimum of 2 months. The job posting can be on your website or any of the third-party recruitment platform that you're using, or you can even register for free if you want to advertise your job in My Future Jobs under Pakeso. So once you have applied, you have to include this particular job vacancies link, and MDEC will later on put these vacancies on my website as well to help you to find the right candidates. So once you submit your application, we will do the due diligence, because there are some criteria, like you have to be incorporated in Malaysia, minimum paid up capital of 20,000 ringgit, and so on. The details is on the website. And once you receive the acknowledgement email from us, you can proceed to hire and also decide on which training that your new employee requires. Then you submit for the approval application. For qualifying, you can submit your application anytime, but for approval, it will be processed by batches. So the approval deadline is listed on the website at every end of the month. Yeah. So once you get the approval, you'll be issued a letter of offer. And for reimbursement wise, you can reimburse after the 3rd month and 6th month for the salary, and for training is upon completion. And also take note that you have to hire these candidates for a minimum of 12 months if it's a contract position, and you need to keep them for at least 3 months before you can do your first reimbursement. And also you're required to update us by the end of 6 months and 12 months on the status of the employee, if they are still with the company or not. Next slide, please. For the training that I just mentioned earlier on, currently we have this Digital Skills Training Directory listed on MDEC website. We have various type of courses in focus area like in cybersecurity, data science, software development, game development, and also digital global business services coming soon. So we have 3 types of courses listed in the directory. For work and learn, these are mainly shorter duration kind of courses, typically less than 90 days. We also have career upgrade, whereby we look into the credibility of the training provider. They have experience in terms of job placement, and the duration usually is much longer, average of 90 days. And we also focus on data science, cybersecurity, and software development. So if you are looking for courses to upskill and reskill your employees or yourself, you can go to this directory, because all the courses listed in this directory has been vetted through and endorsed by the industry practitioner, who we call it our talent expert network, where we invite them to do the evaluation for all the courses submitted by the training providers. And coming soon, we also would like to introduce learning on demand, because as we understand nowadays, people learning on the move, you can learn anywhere. So these are MOOC courses, massive open online courses that has digital content. So we'll be listing them in next 2 weeks time. So it's coming soon. So if you are participating in MyWeet as mentioned just now, for the first program called DBS, if you are looking for a third-party training provider, you can choose the training from the Work and Learn or Learning on Demand courses. Whereas if you are looking for participating in Digital Tech Apprenticeship Program, DTA, you need to look for training providers that the courses are listed under the Career Upgrade. Yeah. So as a summary for our this morning, to recap this morning's session by MDEC, we appreciate your time with us this morning, and this is an exciting prospect for the country as cybersecurity has been identified as one of the catalysts and also critical enabler of Malaysia's digital economy. MDEC has a strong commitment to complement the projected growth of cybersecurity industry development and putting in place programs that focus on spurring the country's cybersecurity ecosystem. We will continue to champion the homegrown cybersecurity solutions, empowering adoptions, and also building a sustainable capacity and capability development, as cybersecurity is one of the key enablers for digital economy. With that, I would like to thank you for your kind attention for our session this morning. If you have any questions, I guess you can also key in the section for questions. I will be happy to reply. Thank you.